Alright. Hello, hello. Now I'm here. Now I'm back. I'm back. Oh yeah. So we're back with yet another warm up. Surprise, surprise. What did you know? Who would guess? I wonder what I will be doing today. Hey, Sharta, how's it going? Shartha, what's up? What's up? Is this better? Is this better? It's worse and worse. Is this better? That's better. How's it going? Man, I was looking at Cyberpunk 2077, the reveal trailer or the reveal gameplay they were showing the other day. Oh man, it looked amazing. Really nice. I think one of the coolest things with it, I think, was the kind of complexity of all the elements. I think that what really looked appealing. Like it's not just like a controlled scenario like Deus Ex, um, and it's not GTA. It's kind of in between, and a little bit like Mass Effect in advanced storytelling, kind of. It looked cool. It looked cool, and I'm excited about it. It's an interesting. It's an interesting prospect of a game. Um, I hope they will manage to make it right and release it on time and no issues and all that, and so we can properly enjoy the experience. Hey, Captain Bows, how's it going? How about a random topic? Give me a random topic, please, and I'll be drawing it. Hopefully. Hey, just honest, how's it going? How's it going? A topic, please. A topic, please. Anything goes. So just give me anything. I'll roll the dice, and we'll see what's being churned up and pooped out in the other end. Switch the light on. Cloud tree. That's pretty cool. Radiation. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. I like it. Cloud tree or radiation so far. If we don't have more, I'll split the dice. Let's see. I'm gonna wait until it switches to 10 past, and then I'll split the dice. Yeah, but Cyberpunk was like that's one thing I really love about video games. Is that oh we got Junker Robot as well. That's awesome. Is that you get if the game is done right, the same as a movie. Like we talked about movies yesterday. Okay, we got three topics. Let's roll the dice. Split in three. So 1 to 2 is topic one. Blah blah blah. And let's roll it. And one. Cloud Tree by Sharta. Cool. Cloud Tree by Sharta. Oh really? Yeah, but like what I said. Okay, let's start the timer. Continue the topic. Hey, Ariana, how's it going? Good day. Cloud Tree, Cloud Tree, Cloud Tree. All right. Let's try this one. Let's try this one today. Um, hey, with the breakfast, how's it going? Hey, Warmix, thanks for the outer host. I hope everyone is doing fine. Anyways, so one thing that I was saying about the beauty of
Oh yeah.
oh, Voodoo Breakfast. Thanks, man, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Oh yeah. Hey, Sam Peterson. Thanks for the outer host, man. Oh, you got some good news, Arian? What you got, buddy? What you got in store? New client? That extra arm surgery that you always wanted? So you can paint two paintings at one? Hey, Zillion. So you need it? You're not already like ridiculously big man? I see, I see. Okay. I thought you were already like Hulk, but in your underwear. Hey, Bon88, you're back, man. Fantastic. How's it going? How's it going, man? Rick Boy, how's it going? Welcome. Anyways, what I was getting at before we got became silly um, was the like the beauty of video games and the beauty of great movies, like well-made movies, is the fact of that you get teleported into this world, right? You're always back. Bon88, always back in business. Anyway, so you get teleported into these worlds, right? And I think that's the beauty of a well-crafted experience, is that it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's consistent and carefully crafted. You'll be placed in this. You'll be placed in this fantastic experience that is tailored to teleport you somewhere, right? And that's what cyberpunk starting to shape up to, is like this kind of fantastic world that they're crafting, and they're really going into very small details about it. And I think that is a lot of things that's needed, um, or or you just won't believe the experience, right? There's always these games where the experience don't matter. It's just the mechanics that matters, right? And then, but that's fine. You just sit there and you react to the mechanics, and that's a part of that's the experience, right? It's not the I'm being teleported to this other universe, right? And I think that's okay as well. Hey, Tormod. Oh yeah, oh yeah, all you fantastic people, and for those who don't know, who are just coming back, I switched the symbol up. You see, we got ourselves a nice little warm-up badge. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about mechanics, and that's the experience, and I think that's cool. For me, when I have those kind of experiences and thought processes about um, of what happens when you're being teleported into some a different dimension. And for me, there's rare occasions, which doesn't happen too often. I love seeing those black badges, by the way. That doesn't happen too often, but what it happens with paintings. You know, when you see a painting, and you get instantly moved into this world, and it's not about, like, you don't feel yourself sitting on the chair and having a physicality to it. You're instantly projecting yourself almost at will into this universe, right? And for me, that's, I want to know, like, if you can bottle that and sell it, that would be amazing. This is how you transport a human into your paintings. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm always excited about, let's say, like, I'm starting a new game, and for me, what I really enjoy about a new game is being displaced. You know, like, oh, come on, be really really good, so that I stop exist here in the sofa, right? Hey, Morphia, welcome. Good morning. Exactly, just honest. But, like, what makes those paintings come alive, and what makes them teleport you away? You know, is it one thing or all the things combined? Most likely, it's all of the things combined. But the question is, like, what is those things? Can we can we reuse them? Can we break them down in a way where it makes sense? You know, or is it, what is it? What makes it that experience, right? What is it in those paintings that just sucks you in? Is it also your own taste? Obviously, it has to be a matter of taste. Or is it just like the skill level required to produce that image is just so high that you can't negate being force fed this world? Hey, Ricky, how's it going? So you say a narrative, right? Of Voodoo Breakfast. I was thinking about that as well as I was saying it. Oh, it must be the narrative. But what is a narrative in a painting? Is it like a face-to-face interaction? But I mean, I've had paintings. I've experienced paintings that has no, for example, no characters in it, but it just gets, you just get sucked into it like a vacuum. Like, this is what matters now, and you just go, whoa, what's this universe? But then there is other paintings with lots of narratives, and you just go, meh, I don't care about this. Which makes me think, like, hmm, what what makes a painting that exciting? A voodoo breakfast, yeah, exactly. But then, would it be a narrative though? I mean, a narrative is like a simple version of explaining something, right? It's like, oh, it has to have a purpose, rather purpose rather than a narrative. I think might be a better word, right? Because a narrative is a just umbrella term. I would most likely say, right? That probably feels, a lot more saner, or clearer point to make. Like, I missed Mike Hill's rant at the industry workshop, and I know he had stuff like that he talked about today or on that day, and I missed it, which is, it's really really shitty. But what I think it comes down to is, when you see a good artist and a bad artist create the same painting, a great artist has like special blend, right? They have that fingertip feeling of sugar and spice and everything nice. I don't know how to explain it, but they just make it look great. Like they have that, all the aspects of the painting just is correct, right? Simon Stolenhag, atmosphere, yeah. Geiger is technical awesomeness. Well, I would actually say Geiger wasn't technically amazing. What I would say Geiger did was he crafted his own world. Like he didn't apologize for it. He was just like, "This is me. This is my messed up brain, and that's how I do it." Muka, yeah, Muka definitely had grace. That's for sure, and fidelity. I would say he really mastered the technique of making those paintings and composition. But would everyone say Muka is fantastic? Or Geiger? Agree. What up? Welcome back, man. Kilrathi, that's okay, man. Welcome. Say art, you are back. You're back. You're back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Gria, man. Thank you very much for 5 months in a row. Oh, crazy. Crazy, man. What next month you'll get a 6 next to your name. A sick number 6 for the crazy amount of support. Much appreciated. You have no idea how much fun it feels to have that support, and man, it makes me happy. Hey, Demon Vizorak, thanks for the follow. You and me, we skippity skip on that beach. Like Apollo and Rocky. Man, insane. Hey, Ricky, yeah, absolutely. I'm playing a little bit of like devil's advocate here, rather, like questioning it. I'm not saying. I mean, I don't know the answer, obviously. So I'm just trying. It. I mean, there has to be. I mean, if we try to define it, right? It's like it gotta be a checkpoint, or a bullet list of technique, correct composition. But saying like a strong composition could be anything. So in a way that's just instantly down to taste, but also not. But does a composition? I mean, a composition. I think we need to define in order to progress in that statement. I think the more dynamic the composition is, or the more impactful the composition is. But no, that's not either true, because you can have a portrait that is just like still, calm, and face to face, and you get like sucked into that face, right? And then you can have like Spider-Man upside down, head kicking five guys, and that's like whoa. You get instantly sucked into that image as well, which is then comes down to technique. I don't know how to even. But I love thinking about these things and kind of be obsessed by it, and then try to almost like break it down into parts, and then and try to figure out like, hey, if I would have a checklist, go down the checklist, and would that image naturally in the end be full of oomph, and you'd be sucked into it. A new house. Oh man, congratulations. Yeah. Hey Rags, how's it going? Exactly, Morphe. It has to be a balance of all the things and pushed in the correct direction of the what the artist wants to say, right? You can't just do a checklist. Absolutely, a voodoo breakfast. I mean, clearly it's about subject, like subjective, what you think about it. But you can't negate like a technically good artist who had a specific thing to say, and he masterfully crafted that statement in a piece of art. The issue where it comes to communicating that idea, I think, is comes down to what tools are you using to communicate it, right? And is it universal enough in its implementation for anyone to be absorbed by it, into it, are sucked into it? You know what I mean? It's like I can speak German to you guys, and most of you won't get it, because you don't speak German, and I can tell you I can whisper the sweetest nothings in your ear in German, and that won't be communicated, right? And that will be completely lost. So then you gotta go like, okay, is it the way I'm gonna tell it to you? Should I scream at the top of my lungs the love for you, and you would get it regardless if you speak German or not? You know, I guess you could if I do it the right way, but in that way it would limit the amount of people who would understand it, right? But if I whispered it gently, very close to your ear, hey, hey, buddy, you look fantastic today. I mean, that there's more people who get it, right? So I think it's the same when it comes to art. Like, what recipe, like what elements are being implemented that is based on you, right? Like you, the artist, but in a big enough way where, or in a way where the use of the tools that you're trying to communicate with is universal enough so that people can pick it up without an instruction manual, right? Rags. Ow. I think you say. Why is that I'm ever afraid of love? You don't think it's possible to speak German gently? Nah, you can't. Yeah. That's true, Eric. Oh, it's ASMR beard? Scratch it. Eric, absolutely it's about taste. Absolutely. I think a massive amount of it is about taste. But there's a line between taste and a universal line, like what looks cool, right? We are artists that try to make cool shit happen, right? And if you're just trying to do cool shit, your taste. I mean, I know a guy. Uh, his nickname on internet is El Huervo, whatever that means. I have no idea. Um, but he does his art extremely unique, right? You know it's his art when you see it, without a doubt. But I mean, looking at, I'll find him, right? I'll find him. He did the art for um, a game that was like controversial, where you ran around and killed people. Um, like a top-down shooter. But oh, there it was. Hotline Miami. He was like the splash artist for Hotline Miami, right? Um, and looking at his stuff, it's extremely unique. And yeah, crazy, right? That, but his style is you gotta question it. I mean he's no like modern master by any means, but he does it extremely unique in his style, right? And you can see you can see the skill behind it, right? And it's striking, and it's well made. Not everyone would be able to make it like this. But I think because he has such a unique style, a lot of people won't like it by that fact alone. And it won't matter how skilled he is in his craft. I mean, he's obviously skilled. A beginner wouldn't be able to do uh, art in this way. I mean, obviously some are older, some are newer, but it is a unique take on art, right? Hey, Saisni, how's it going? Welcome. Um, and that's the point, right? You get lost in translation, or you get lost due to taste, and not everyone will like that kind of work, regardless how technically proficient it is. So then you gotta like think about. I think you gotta then start thinking it's like, at what point do you I think prove them wrong and go with your style regardless, and become like undeniable in that way of communicating, or or do you conform in order to communicate with the more people as possible, um, in order to gain, like whatever, lack of better word, fame. But like I talked about this a few times, which is I think is a huge part of this rant, and that is, there is a point in your art career where you feel that technique is no longer the biggest um, thing that holds you back in in your ability to create art. there's a point when you grind and grind and grind, and then you go, oh, okay, I get this part. Now I'm actually have to create something that's attractive, right? Or that I have a say in the matter. So, for example, if you haven't cultivated that way of thinking, of having a narrative or having some need to communicate something in your art, and if it's just a technical exercise, a lot of it falls always flat. There's always nothing that makes the viewer care about your art, right? Like, oh yeah, that's a fantastic painting. That's a great painting. But what's the point? So when you reach that point of, okay, skill is no longer an obstacle to create what I want to create, my point being is that doesn't mean you've mastered art, right? You haven't mastered technique. You just overcome the threshold number one where where technique is an obstacle, and then no longer it is an obstacle. Then it comes to a point where it is like, what should I be saying? What's the point of it, right? And I think then the real challenge starts. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about kind of like that, but it also I also don't like it. I think that then, yeah, it's, I don't know, technique versus thing to say as an artist to communicate. Ah, man, it's tricky. Gria. Well, no, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you got to be standard. You got to think. I think you got to be able to communicate with your audience because you're making a product that a lot of people should be interested in, and it's not fine art where it doesn't matter in a bigger picture because it's all about your expression as an individual, right? As a non-product communication. Because you're going to have to design a character that people will have to relate to or hate or love, and then you have to create that painting that a lot of people will go, oh yeah, I want to play as that and be sucked into that world, right? That's the whole idea behind it. Like, how do you get sucked into a painting or a movie or a game? Because they have reached a balance between all those elements of technique, narrative, composition, you know, like this meatball of experience. And what my point being, like, I love the points of when I interact with something, a painting or a movie or music or game, where I stop thinking I am sitting in my chair. I am I don't exist in one location anymore. I exist in multiple locations within this universe that I've dipped my mind into, right? And there's not a lot of people who can manage to do that. And I want to know what is that magic spice, that magic blend that that when that occurs, like, you stop existing. You get transported into this universe without a saying, because it's just been masterfully crafted in a way where we just accept it. We just take the hand and we accept being teleported into this existence, right? And I think that's the beautiful of the beauty of something that's really, really. Yeah, absolutely. Of Winter Breakfast, there's also style, like choices of colors and shapes, and And that also coincides with technique. And when technique is no longer an obstacle to communicate those stylistic choices, we just accept them for face value, because I think there's a give and take when it comes to technique and style, where there's no excess to it and there's no need for more, where it's like this beautiful balance of expression, where, like I said, like technique is no longer an obstacle, and through technique and style and artistic choices, we're trimming the fat, we're adding and removing where it's just the correct balance. And then it comes down to, what's the point of the piece of art, right? Even though it's a production for, or not a piece of art for a product as a character or an environment, or I think it's down to, yeah, all of the above through the filter of a mind. And then if it's tight enough in all aspects, we just get invited into it, maybe. Yeah, Gria. In a way, I stopped trying to do something, and that wasn't my native tongue, so to speak. And I just leaned back and created something, and tried to apply knowledge on something that was more to my own voice, if that makes sense. Hey, I'm here. Welcome to the end. Hey, Munkle Floyds. Munkle Floyd's set time chunks where you don't do anything else but work. Like when I was freelancer, I did 4 hours a go, and before those 4 hours started, I did everything I needed to do, check email, Facebook, whatever, whatever. And then when these 4 hours started, I didn't do anything but work. And when those 4 hours ended, I went to had a beer, or I went for dinner, I went for a walk, I did my shopping, I answered emails, and then I knew at some point during the day I will have to do another chunk of time, which is 4 hours. So I prepared up to that point, looked up for reference, and so on and so on, so that when the 4 hours started, it was full on focus. Switch the phone off, no distractions. That's nice, Kriya. All right. Who can we? Let's raid. What's Max doing today? Oh, he's just starting to paint. So let's raid him. Um, let's raid Max Greg. Have a fantastic day. See you guys tomorrow morning for some more. Thank you for the topic, Cloud Tree by Sharta. I hope I did the topic justice. So let's rate him. Here's the outro. See you guys tomorrow. You've been fantastic. Much love.